Armor builds. The key to achieving strengths beyond comprehension. You want that, right? Of course you do! So grab your shovels and Akursius Keep treasure charts and get to digging, because this is the way to get one of the strongest accessories in the game, the Blasted Arcsphere. Help me! Keep in mind, after the release of the Nimbus C, the Blasted Arcsphere can be good or bad depending on the magic you have, and is absolute garbage with no magic at all. So I'd only recommend getting this item if you have a magic with really good power stat allocations. For example, fire, plasma, glass, etc. The Blasted Arcsphere is an incredibly rare and stupid item to get from the treasure charts to Akursius Keep. This accessory alone has the potential to give insanely high power. It can exceed over 40. I'm just saying that out there. There's different ways people have tried to get the Arcsphere, and so that's what I'll be explaining for this video on how to get this frickin' stupid thingy accessory. So for the most luck needed for this, get a shovel, preferably golden for faster digging speed, and put the rich enchant on it. You'll get this enchant scroll by trading or digging it up from other random treasure charts. Next, you'll need some luck potions to increase your chances of getting the Blasted Arcsphere. The most recommended tier of luck to have is tier 3. You can get this tier of luck by putting in 10 gold fish scales in a cauldron. Remember that the catalyst doesn't matter since it doesn't affect the tier of luck. After you got all those, now it's time to see which of all these methods people have used, which I've gotten 3 of the methods, is the best for getting a Blasted Arcsphere. Firstly, getting a treasure chart that leads to Akursius Keep is very difficult, especially if you are a max level endgame player and you already have all the islands unlocked. So, how do we get Akursius Keep in a treasure chart? And also, how are we going to get the best possible loot when Akursius Keep is chosen? Well, the best way to get that is by getting legendary treasure charts and hopefully getting lucky and having Akursius Keep as the last part of the treasure chart. And getting a legendary treasure chart itself is also kind of stupid. You're going to need to hunt your rival a lot. I believe I got pretty lucky with my rival since I got the legendary treasure chart on the 3rd kill, but it usually could take a lot longer. After you've gotten the legendary treasure chart, go through all the little paths and places that the person has put the treasures in until you get either nothing out of it or Akursius Keep. And hopefully you get Akursius Keep on the last one, because the last part of the treasure chart always gives the most amount of loot. This is the default standard way that people have done to getting a Blasted Arcsphere. It's casual, and it's semi-effective. Some people got really lucky. I've had someone get 2 Blasted Archspheres from this method, and I've gotten nothing. But, whatever. The second method, which was the one I used the most, is using an alt account. Once making the alt, you go through the story as normal until you reach getting to Frostmill. You don't go to Frostmill. Do not. The key for the alt is to only get Akursius Keep charts, so the only island that it should have discovered is Akursius Keep. Also keep in mind that Redwick does not count since it's no land to dig on, and Dawn Island doesn't have charts. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. This tactic only works best with the ability to use 2 accounts on one computer, using a Roblox account manager. Or whatever that is. I'm unsure on how to do this, and I'm not really willing to. So the next best thing is to have 2 different devices. One with the main, and one with the alt. Once you've got that managed, use the alt to gather as many chests you can find on Redwake for treasure charts. And since you only have Akursius Keep discovered, only Akursius Keep charts will be obtained. Once you've found all the chests you can, bring the alt to your boat, which up to here I can only assume you've parked your main to the docks of Redwake, and sail over to Akursius Keep. Then use the alt to collect all the chests on that island. Once you've got all that, make sure you and the alt are in a party. The main character can only dig up the alt's charts if the 2 are in a party. It's also a good idea to have the main as the party leader, since if vice versa, the alt will gain XP for the charts being dug up. This isn't too much of a big deal, but make sure the alt doesn't get to level 80, for then they'll start to get charts to all possible islands despite not discovering them. I can confirm, for I've done this. Drink the luck potion and start digging up the charts with the rich shovel. The Blasted Arcsphere is a stupidly rare item to get, for it's an uncommon accessory, and it also has a chance for it to not even be blasted in the first place, and it's just a normal Arcsphere. So don't get your hopes up too high when using this method, despite how good it actually could be. And now for the last method. Out of both the 2 that I've used and the 2 that I've just told you about in this video, I've gotten nothing. Nothing but a bunch of blasted garbage and no archspheres. I've gotten one archsphere, and it was just a normal archsphere, which crushed me. So I traded for it. This is the most reliable method. If you can find anyone with a blasted archsphere, you could try trading for it. I did, and yeah. Mainly with friends. Getting blasted archspheres from trades from people that you don't know is kind of impossible, because they know how much value those blasted archspheres have, and most likely they won't trade it for you even if you had 800 Prometheus acrimonies. I found trading to be the most reliable because I had 2 friends that were able to get some blasted archspheres because they were luckier than me. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, the blasted archsphere can be good or bad depending on the magic you have. And if you don't have a magic, it's absolutely garbage. Like 25 power is awful. And for those kind of builds, like warriors or berserkers, or for anyone with a magic like metal or ice that doesn't have a power allocation for arcanium items, a really good alternative is a blasted powerful power amulet fair. It's a power amulet that's blasted, obviously, and it has the powerful enchant on it. Well, the name already says all the details about it. And it gives a whopping 47 power. That's it. Yeah, that's it. But don't get me wrong, 47 power is still absolutely amazing. In fact, it's actually probably better than the Blasted Archsphere. Except with the Blasted Archsphere, you're getting extra stats from the gems, because you can't put gems on amulets because they already have gems. But anyways, that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed that little guide on how to get this impossible item, which is still possible somehow. And if you did find this helpful, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And comment down below how long it took you to get your first Blasted Archsphere if you ever got one. In my case, it took weeks, and I never got anything, and I just stopped. Anyways, that's basically it. Enjoy y'all's days, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.